何が起きた？
偉人が仲間を切った。残りは一人だけだ。
Sword of the Stranger has one of the best fights in all of anime. So this movie's story is about people defying their destinies. For example, Nanashi is a former assassin to one of the lords during the Sengoku period. After his lord forced him to execute 2 children, Nanashi vowed to never unsheath his sword ever again. And during his journey with Kotaro, Nanashi seeks redemption for his past actions by saving the young Kotaro.
I just realized I never asked your name. You were a samurai, so I bet you have a really fancy name. Something strong and brave.
Red hair.
Huh? That's kind of funny.
Red demon. No name.
Cut it out. I just asked. You don't have to mock me.
I'm no name because I'm actually nameless. Every time I served under a different lord, I was given a new name.
Speaking of Kotaro, the Ming are pursuing Kotaro because they believe that he is the prophesied child whose blood is required to create an elixir of eternal youth.
Here, how about a deal? If you promise to help save my dog and get us to safety at the Mangaku Temple in Shirato, I'll give you this as payment. It's worth 10 gold ryo.
Speaking of the Ming, Lao Long, the second in command of this expedition, is an extremely skilled swordsman. He's also shown himself to be very shrewd, calculating, and violent. Unbeknownst to his group, Lao Long is kind of a warmonger, as his lifelong dream is to find someone who can match him in combat.
Have you completely lost your mind?
Oh, I'm quite sane. In fact, I feel very fortunate that I ended up in this country. I've finally met a worthy adversary. You brought me to this land, and for that I'm truly grateful.
You rotten Western barbarian!
Here's what makes this fight interesting for me. Nanashi is an outcast in this region of the world, and he's fighting to save a stranger. Lao Long is a western blonde-haired, blue-eyed individual who's fighting on behalf of the Ming dynasty. Essentially, both men are strangers from the worlds they come from, but yet they understand each other more than anyone else could ever understand them. And you can see the skill and respect between the two. The way Lao Long usually fights is he likes to dominate and taunt his opponents, but when he's fighting Nanashi, he does not hold back out of respect for his opponent. As well, Nanashi usually waits for an opening before he strikes his opponent down. He's kind of one of those guys who takes down your opponent in a single strike, but this time he's trying to use every advantage available to him, like kicking snow into his opponent's face. And you can see this from the start of the fight, like the way Nanashi stands near a fire to warm his hands. And as for Lao Long, he clearly sees Nanashi as an equal, as he offers him one of the painkillers that he and his cohorts use to gain an advantage in combat. When Nanashi turns down the drugs, Lao Long makes the decision to throw away the drugs so that him and Nanashi can fight as equals. I'm trying my best not to spoil this movie in any way, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask you to watch the movie yourself, because there are some scenes that are better experienced blind.